Listeners, I am Parikshit and welcome to another very exciting session on Unacademy Catalyst. In today's session, we are going to solve some very interesting, important, and these are miscellaneous types of quants questions. They will help you to master the concepts that you have already learned in your classes. So let's get started. And these are must solve questions before your CAT examination. So make sure you watch this complete video because it will help you crystallize concepts of ratio, proportion, and variation, some brilliant sums, and some brilliant sums on time, speed, and distance, to and fro motions, 5 times, 6 times, when will you meet for the 7th time, 8th time, two people moving in opposite directions. Such are the concepts that we are going to learn today in this class. Let's get started. So this is me, Parikshit Saikia, your educator on the Unacademy platform with the highest live class ratings. Thanks to my learners. New batch starting on Unacademy on the 27th of October. So if you are a CAT 2022 aspirant, there is a comprehensive beginner's course starting from the very basics, and it starts on the 27th October, 10:15 p.m. to 11:45 p.m. Batch timings every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, 10:15 to 11:45 p.m. Also, I am starting a complete beginner's course on arithmetic for CAT 2022. It starts on Monday, the November 1st. Timings 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. So Mondays, Tuesdays, Saturdays, Sundays, Quants, and Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, DILR. Do enroll on Unacademy Plus if you haven't yet, because you should be there from day one to understand concepts completely. And remember to use the code Parikshit Live to enroll on Plus, because the code Parikshit Live will get you maximum discount while subscribing. And B, this is the only code which will give you free mentorship. I repeat, free mentorship from my side. And mentorship is all about helping you beyond your class hours while you're preparing for the CAT. Let's get started with today's class. Okay, let's pick up the first questions on the screen. Okay, first set of questions. Let's look at it. On 1st Jan 2020, Rekha invested an amount A to start a business. After some months, Nisha joined her, investing an amount B. Rekha and Nisha divided the entire profit at the end of 2020 in the ratio of 6:5. At some point during 2021, they were joined by Neha, who invested an amount C. At the end of 2021, so basically you realize that every year money is getting invested for different time periods. So which chapter is this? This chapter, this question is based on the chapter partnerships. Remember, ratio, proportion, partnerships, and partnerships component is very important. Most students often leave it towards the end and they forget to do it. So today's class, I'm going to talk all about partnerships. So let's look at this question. So how do you divide money? Let's understand the basic concepts first, and then I will talk about the sum. Let's look at the concepts of partnerships. The concept of partnership tells you that the ratio in which profit is divided, let's say profit got to be divided between two partners, profit 1 divided by profit 2. The ratio in which profit will be divided is nothing but the amount that you invest, the amount that the first person invests into the time period, divided by the amount that the second person invests into the time period. This is the only concept required to solve partnership sums. So how do you divide money? In the ratio of the product of the money invested into the time period. So remember this. Money invested into the time period. Okay. Now let's look at the question. They say 2020, if you look at the question, 1st January 2020, then we talk about end of 2020, then we will talk about 2021, and then we talk about 2022. So we are talking basically about 3 years, right? So 2020, I'm going to take the variables, then 2021, and then we will talk about 2020, correct? So who are the characters? Initially, Rekha is there. Remember, it's a question on partnership. So what are the variables that you need? You need how much money was invested, what was the time period for which the money was invested, and then what was the profit share? What was the profit share? Similarly, for 2021, how much money was invested, what was the time period, and how was the profit divided. Similarly, for 2022, what was the money that was invested, what was the time period, and what was the profit, and what was the profit. Correct? So that's what we got to determine. That's what we got to determine. Okay. So 2021, similarly for 2022, similarly for 2022. Correct? Okay. So I hope up till here you don't have a problem. You are understanding what is happening. Correct? Okay. Now let's have a look. First person who comes on the screen is Rekha. Is Rekha, right? So initially you have Rekha. How much money does she invest? She invested an amount A. She invested an amount A to start a business. After some months, Nisha joined her, investing an amount B. So after some months, you have Nisha who joins her, investing an amount B. Rekha and Nisha divided the entire profit at the end of 2020 in the ratio of 6:5. So profit has been divided at the end of 2020 in the ratio of 6:5. Correct? Next. So remember, in 2020, the first person Rekha was there from the very start. Can you see? On 1st Jan 2020, Rekha joined and she did not leave the business. So she was there for the entire year. Can I say Rekha was there for 12 months because she joined on the 1st of January and she was there for the entire month. So she was there for 12 months. What about Nisha? After some months. So I don't know when did Nisha join. They say after some months. We'll keep that blank at the moment. Next. At some point during 2021, they were joined by Neha. So next person who enters the screen is Neha. They were joined by Neha who invested an amount C. So remember, Neha is investing the money during 2021. So I'll come and put it under the corresponding block in 2021. C, right? What about Rekha and Nisha? They continue to stay in business. So their money is A and B. Their money is A and B. They continue to be there. At the end of 2021, Rekha, Nisha, and Neha shared the entire profit in the ratio of 4:5:2. So money is divided in the ratio of 4:5:2. Correct? So what happens? Remember, the third person, Neha, joined somewhere in the middle of 2021. What about Rekha and Nisha? They are there from the previous year. They are there from the previous year. So they were there for all the 12 months. The first two people were there for the entire 12 months. Only the third person enters in between. Next. At some point during 2022, Nisha left to pursue an MBA. Simultaneously, Radhika joined the company investing an amount D. So finally, in 2022, you have another fellow entering. So it is Radhika, and Radhika invests an amount D. Other people, they continue to be there with their original amounts A, B, and C. A, B, C, and D. Correct? Now, when did Radhika join? Please have understand. During 2022, Nisha leaves to pursue an MBA and simultaneously Radhika joins. So can I say, let's take an example. If Nisha lives in October, if Nisha lives in on October 31st, that day Radhika joins. So can I say, if Nisha leaves after 10 months, Radhika would be there for 2 months. Will you agree? Basically, again an example. Let's say Nisha lives in November. November 30th, Nisha lives. So Nisha was there for 11 months. What about Radhika? Same day Radhika joins. So the balance period, Radhika was there. So can I say some of the time periods of Nisha and Radhika must be 12? Why 12? Because if Nisha lives, let's say in January, she was there for 1 month. Then Radhika was there for the balance period, 11 months. Correct? So if Nisha is whatever Nisha's amount, okay, let's say if Nisha was there for a time period R, Radhika was there for a time period S, and S and R has a relation. What is the relation? 12 minus R. S is equal to 12 minus R. Correct? At the end of 2022, the four people shared the entire profit in the ratio of 6, 5, 12, and 3. 6, 5, 12. If you are viewing me live and if you have a doubt, you can always ask. You can always ask. So I think it's very simple. Money into the time period is the profit. Money into the time period is the profit. Correct? Okay. Now, whatever is unknown, some of the cells are blank. Let's put some alphabets over there. This cell 2020, this is blank. Let's call it P. We will determine P. Here, this is unknown. Let's call it Q. Yes? What about A and C? Remember, they were there for the entire period in 2022. They were there for all the months, all the months. So A was there for 12 months, C was there for 12 months. Question doesn't say they leave. So they were there for all the 12 months. Correct? Okay. So only variables which we have. So I will use a different color here so that it is easy to recognize R and S. I'll just put a different color so that it is easy to recognize. Okay. So this is R. And remember, we need to also determine S. What is S? S is 12 minus R. 12 minus R. Correct? Okay. So what are the values that you need to determine? What are the values you need to determine? Remember, your calculation is all about A, B, C, D. What is the amount that they invested? And then PQRS. What was the time period? PQRNS. This is what you need to find. This is what you need to find out. Correct? Any doubts up till here? Any doubts up till here that you wish to ask? Clear? Fine. Let's continue. Okay. Now, how do you determine this? I think it is very easy to determine. Let's say concentrate on 2021. I would want you to concentrate here. I'm just marking it as 1 so that we know that this is step 1. What is step 1? Remember, how is profit divided? Profit is divided in the ratio of money into the time period. So can I say A into 12, A into 12 divided by B into 12 must be equal to 4 by 5. Will you agree? This is for 2021. Start from anywhere. You need to determine the values. A into 12, money into the time period is the profit. So A into 12 divided by B into 12. Can you see 2021 is 4 by 5. 12 and 12 cancels. Can I say A by B is in the ratio of 4 is to 5? A by B is in the ratio of 4 is to 5. Any doubt in this? I think we clearly determined the first step, the values of A and B, which is 4 and 5. This was step 1. Next, can you determine any other value? Can you determine any other value? Look at the table. I think you can just follow the steps, right? Now, which one would you want to determine? Probably if you know A and B, I think you can go to 2020 and determine P. You can go to 2020 and determine P. Correct? So let's go there. Let's go there. So how much will you get? A is known. A is 4. B is 5. B is 5. So 4 into 12. Again, I'm looking at 2020. Rupee into the time period. Rupee into the time period. So time period is 12. And then B into P. P is unknown. Is 6 by 5. Is 6 by 5. 5 cancels. 6 ones are 6 twos are. Can I say P is equal to 8? P is equal to 8. What is P? This is the exact value. This is the exact value. This is not a ratio. P is actually the exact value which we calculated to be 8. Which we calculated to be 8. Correct? Moment you know A and B. So what do we know? We know AB, we know P. What else can you determine? What else can you determine? I think you can determine 2022 now. You can determine also R. Also R you can determine. Can you follow? R. A and B is known. I'm just writing down the steps. A and B is known. So R can also be determined. So A is 4. 4 into 12 divided by B into R. B is 5. 5 into R is equal to 6 by 5. 6 by 5. 5 cancels. 6 ones are 6 twos are. Can I say R is also equal to 8? R is also equal to 8. If R is known, S is also known. Why? S is 12 minus R. S is 12 minus R. So 12 minus 8, S is 4. S is 4. Correct? So I think it's pretty simple. Correct? Now you know what? Now you know all of these. So I think you can also determine D. You can also determine D. How can you determine D? From A and D, ratio of A and D. Can you see? You can determine the value of D. I'm just rubbing it so that I have some space to write. I'm just rubbing it. How do you determine D? You can take the ratio of A to D. You can determine the ratio of A to D, right? So what is A in 2022? A is 4 into 12. What is D? D is what you need to determine. How much is S? S is 4. S is 4 is equal to 6 by 3. 6 by 3. A by D, 2022. So 4 cancels. 6 ones are 6 twos are. So D is equal to 6. D is equal to 6. So even D you got it. Correct? Now you need C. Now you need C and Q. I think C and Q are the only two variables remaining. Similarly, I think now you can go back and also determine C. Also determine C. So C versus D. C by D you can take 2022. C by D. So C into 12 divided by D. You know the value of D? D is 6. 6 into S. S is 4 is equal to 12 by 12. 12 cancels. 3 ones are 3 twos are implies C is equal to 8. C is equal to 8. Super awesome. You got this as well. Moment you got C, I think you can go back and determine the value of C. You can determine the value of Q. You can determine the value of Q from BC. From BC, let's say AC, BC, whatever you want to take, you can take. BC, let's say. So B into 12, base 5, 5 into 12 divided by C into Q. How much is C? C is 8. 8 into Q is equal to 5 by 2. So 5, 5 cancels out. 2 ones are, 2 fours are, 4 ones are, 4 threes are. Q is equal to 3. And you are done. And you are done. Got it? You've got all the values. You are good to answer the questions. Let's look at the first one. For how many months was Nisha a part of the business? Remember, Nisha lives in. So, what is the answer? For how many months was Nisha a part of the business? Answer is P plus 5 plus R. So, what are the answers? P plus 5 plus R. So, answer is, let's write down P plus 5 plus R. So, what is the value of P? P is 8. What is 5 plus R is 8. So, it is 16. 16 plus 5. P plus P plus sorry, P plus, yeah, 12. 12. I wrote 5 here, right? This is 12. This is 12. I wrote the profit number. Sorry, this is 5, right? Not 12. Okay, this is 5, not 12. I wrote 5 there. So this is in fact 12. So let's modify that. Let's modify that. This is in fact 12. Correct? Yeah. So P plus 12 plus R. So 8 plus 12 plus 8 comes out to be 28. Comes out to be 28. So first answer is 28 option. Next, if B is rupees 10,000. So what is B? B is rupees 10,000. So remember our case B is 5. So if our case B is 5, I can say 5x. Remember that's the ratio. What you see of B is a ratio. So 5x is equal to 10,000. So can I say it would mean x is equal to 2,000. It would mean x is equal to, correct? If x is 2,000, how much is d minus a? Therefore, d minus a is 6 minus 4. D minus a is 6 minus 4. 6 minus 4 is 2x. 2x. 2x is x value is 2,000. So 2 into 2,000, 4,000. 2 into 2,000, 4,000. Answer for d minus a is 4,000. Clear? Third one. Approximately in what date did Nisha live? Nisha lived in 2022. 2022 after how many months? Nisha lived in 2022 after R months. In the year 2022, Nisha lived after R months. What is the value of R? R is 8. What does 8 months means? After August 31st. Nish 8 means August. 8 means August, right? So Nisha lived either on 31st August or 1st September or 1st September. Among the options, we don't have 31st August, so we'll go ahead with 1st September. Got it? 8 means, remember, she left after 8 months, after the completion of 8 months. So she left after the completion of the month of August. So she left in September, 1st September. Clear? Any doubt in this? I hope you understand. This is a brilliant question on partnership, a very easy topic, but most of you leave this topic because you forget that this was a small topic somewhere in between and you don't even realize that you have missed this topic. Very important to revise. Let's go to the next set. Let's go to the next set, okay? Next set. Next set is based on a to and fro motion. To and fro motion, okay? To and fro motion. Let's look at it. Time and distance, to and fro motion. The distance between 2 points P and Q is 100 meters. A is initially at P and B is at Q. So let's draw it. Let's draw it. Okay. The distance between 2 points P and Q is 100 meters. So let's draw it. So this is P and Q. Let's say P and Q is 100 meters. So this distance they say is 100 meters. A is initially at P. So A is initially at P and B is initially at Q. B is initially at Q. Speeds of A and B is 20 meters per second. So A speed is 20 meters per second. Okay. And B speed is 30 meters per second. A speed is 30 meters They move between P and Q to and fro. To and fro means they keep moving. A goes till Q, comes back. B goes till P, comes back. So they keep moving from one place to the other, to and fro. Okay. First one. Find the time required for the first meeting. Time required for the first meeting. Okay. Let's say they meet at this point. Any point, let's say they are meeting at this point. I call this point, let's say M. Okay. Let's say M. Think about it. For them to meet at M, for them to meet at M, for them to meet at M, to meet at M, you know what? Distance covered by A must be equal to PM. Will you agree? And distance covered by B must be equal to QM. Correct? To meet at A, to meet at M, A must have traveled the distance PM. To meet at M, B must have traveled the distance QM. So what is PM plus QM? PM plus QM is nothing but PQ. PQ. So to meet at M, the total distance that they need to travel, total means distance traveled by both the persons together, must be 100 meters. And if two people are moving in opposite directions, you must remember, if two people are moving in opposite directions, the relative speed is the sum of the two speeds. Sum of the two speeds. So 20 plus 30. 20 plus 30. So 100 by 50 is 100 by 50 is 2 seconds. 2 seconds. And that's your answer for the first one. That's your answer for the first one. Got it? Now think about it logically. Why did I do a plus here? Do you need to by heart this? No. How do you remember this? Remember, A is moving at a speed of 20 meters per second. Meaning, at the end of 1 second, A would have moved 20 meters. What about B? So initially they are like this. At the end of 1 second, A would have moved 20 meters. B would have moved 30 meters. So at the end of 1 second, can I say the distance between them reduces by 20 plus 30, 50 meters. So by the end of 1 second, A moves 20 meters closer and B moves 30 meters closer, meaning they would have covered 50 meters. So to cover 100 meters, the two human beings together would need 2 seconds, and that's your answer. And that's your answer. Let's look at number B. Let's look at number B. Okay. Distance covered by A till the third meeting. Okay, now think about it logically. Distance covered by A till the third meeting. Okay, now I'll rub this so that I create some space, so that I'm able to create some space for myself. Okay, now let's realize third meeting. Okay, let's look at the first meeting. How much distance would they travel to meet for the first time? First time was very simple. Okay, first time A covered this much distance when they met. Okay, second time, so let's call this point, so that it is easy to visualize. Let's call this point F. First meeting. Let's say second meeting is happening here. Can I say if the second meeting is happening there, basically A would have reached up till Q, coming back he would have reached up till Q. Will you agree? Think about it logically. For the second meeting, A would have covered this blue distance. So first he reaches up till Q. On the way he met B for the first time, and while returning he is meeting B. Correct? What about B? Look at the perspective of B. B, for the meeting for the second time, B would have covered this much distance, going like this, and then like this. Will you agree? Think about it. So can I say for the first meeting, okay? Think about it logically again. Let's try to generalize it. Very important that you understand the logic here. Very, very important concept. For the first meeting, the two human beings together cover a distance D. Easy. What about the second meeting? The two human beings together, I will repeat, together cover a distance of 3D. D plus 2D. Let's put it like this. Initial D plus 2D is equal to 3. How 3D? Again, the logic is very simple. Again, the logic is very simple. If you are able to visualize, if you want to visualize, let's say this was the diagram. Okay, this was the diagram. How much did A cover? A covered this distance, and while coming back, he met, let's say, out here. So A covered this much distance. How much did, so remember A started from here. How much did B cover? If you want to visualize, how much did B cover? B went from right side to left side, and then while returning, he met at this point. They met at this point. They met at this point. Correct? Correct. What is the total distance? Total distance is D. This is 0.5 D. This is D, and this is again 0.5 D. So can I say second time when they met, total distance was D plus 0.5 D plus D plus 0.5 D, which is 3D, which I have written here. So very important. First meeting happens at D. First meeting happens at D. And every subsequent meeting will happen at 2D. Every subsequent meeting will happen at 2D, which is very, very, very important. We are being talked about the third meeting. We are talked about the third meeting. So you need to remember, if two people are moving in opposite directions, first time they meet, the distance they cover is D. Second time onwards, the distance that they need to cover to meet is 2D. So again, third time they are asking. Now they are asking for the third time, right? So third time will be how much? Every time it is 2D mode. 2D mode. So D plus 2D plus 2D. So basically 5D. Basically 5D. Correct? So total distance covered would be 5D. Total distance covered would be 5D. Correct? Yes, I hope you understood. So what is the 5D? They are saying distance covered by A till the third meeting. So 5D is how much? D is 100. D is 100. So 5 into 100, 500. Total distance covered is 500 meters by the two human beings together. How much A will cover, how much A will cover, or how much time will they take, how much time they take, how much time did they took. Time is distance divided by the speeds. What is the speeds? 20 plus 30. 20 plus 30, 50. So basically 500 by 50, they meet after 10 seconds. They meet after 10 seconds. So in 10 seconds, how much distance did A cover? Distance is speed into time. Speed of A was 20. Time taken was 10 seconds. So obviously your answer is gonna be 200. Your answer is gonna be 200. Correct? So answer is 200 meters. तो आई सी पीपल कमेंटिंग बट हमें सर सिर्फ ए का निकालना है ना तो ठीक है ए का निकाल लो they met after covering a total distance of 500 meters correct so how much is the distance that A covered total distance traveled divided by the time they took so basically third time when they met after 10 seconds they met after 10 seconds so in 10 seconds how much did A cover 20 into 10 200 meters clear so important. Keep it in mind. Two people moving in opposite directions. First time they meet, D is the total distance. Second time onwards, every subsequent meeting happens at 2D. Got it? Next, next, next. Question number C. Question number C. Okay, let's look at question number C. Distance covered by B till the fifth meeting. Till the fifth meeting. Again, the same logic. Again, the same logic. Number same. So, fifth meeting would happen after D, second meeting, another 2D, third meeting, another 2D, fourth meeting, another 2D, fifth meeting, another 2D. So, basically, fifth meeting would happen after they have together covered 9D total distance. So, 9, what is the value of D? 100. So, fifth meeting would have occurred after they together cover 900 meters. So how much is the time taken? How much is the time taken? Time is the distance and if two people are moving in opposite directions, you got to add the speeds. You got to add the speeds. 20 plus 30. Correct? So 900 divided by 50 is basically 18 seconds. Correct? So they would meet for the fifth time after 18 seconds. So what is the distance covered by B? In this distance covered by B, distance covered by B would be nothing but distance is speed into time. Speed of B is 30. Time taken to meet for the fifth time is 18 seconds. So 30 into 18 is 540 meters and that's the answer is 540 meters. Brilliant question. Very brilliant question. I think it will help you crystallize your concepts. Clear? Any doubt in this? Up till C, I think it's good enough. Number D. Let's look at number D. The distance between P and the place of the fourth meeting. Okay. Distance between P and the place of the fourth meeting. Okay. So first time they meet, they need to cover distance D. Every subsequent meeting occurs at 2D. Fourth meeting, right? So second meeting 2D, third meeting another 2D, fourth meeting another 2D. So basically, fourth time when they meet, they together cover a distance of 7D. D is 100, D is 100. So they together cover a distance of 700. 700 meters. They are saying distance between P and, so what is 0? 0 would be out here. This is distance 0. 100 would be out here. You can just count, right? Where would 200 be? You are moving like this. So 200 would be out here. 200, right? So 3 will 300, 400. So you just need to count, right? You just need to count. You just need to count the numbers. I hope you understand. I hope you understand. Let's try to draw a figure. What is 700 meters? 700 meters would be basically 7 times the total distance. 7 times the total distance. Correct? 7 times the total distance would be how much? 100. Let's draw it. Let's draw it. So when you cover, this is 100. This is from here to here is 100. From here to here, if you go, you would have covered 200. Correct? Similarly, every odd number hundreds, every 300s will be out here. Similarly, 700 would also be out here. What is the distance from P? Distance from P between the distance between P and the place of the fourth meeting. Correct? This is like 700, but that is not what they are required, right? Total distance covered is 700. Correct? Total, this is 700. I mean, now you understand the diagram, but how you get the answer? How you get the answer to this question? Total distance covered for the fourth meeting is 700 meters. So what is the time taken? Time taken by A, right? Time is nothing but distance divided by the speeds, 20 plus 30. So basically, can I say 700 divided by 15? So fourth meeting occurs after 14 seconds. 14 seconds. Correct? So fourth meeting occurs after 14 seconds. In 14 seconds, how much distance did A cover? How much distance did A cover? Speed of A into the time taken. Speed of A into the time taken is 280 meters. 280 meters. So at 100 meters, A is at Q. So if A would have covered 100 meters, he would have reached this point. Another 100 meters, he would have reached this point. Correct? 200 is gone. Another 80 meters. Another 80 meters, he would have reached here. Perfect. So how much is the distance from P? Distance from P is 80 meters, and that's the answer. Distance from P is 80 meters, and that's the answer. So 100, 100, 200, and another 80. So distance from P is 80 meters. Correct? Next, very interesting sum, I must say. Next, number E. Number E. Let's look at number E. The distance between Q and the place of the fifth meeting. Place of the fifth meeting. Okay. So let's, you know now how to determine. So total distance covered for the fifth meeting is D, and every subsequent time it is 2D. So 2D, 2D, 4 times. 2D, 2D, 4 times. So total distance covered for the fifth meeting is 9D. 9D means 900 meters. Time taken, as you know, is how much? Time is distance divided by the speeds. 20 plus 30. 20 plus 30. So basically 18 seconds. 18 seconds. So how much? Now they're asking between Q. So from Q, who starts? B starts from Q. B starts from Q. So distance covered by B in 18 seconds is speed into the time. 30 into 18, 540 meters. 540 meters. Correct? So where will 540 meters be? So when 540 means, so initially just draw the line. Just draw the line. So from here till the end is 100. From here to here, 100. Coming back, 200. Again going 300. Another coming back 400. Another going 500. And then coming back is 40. 40. So from AP it is 40. So from Q it will be 60 meters. From Q it will be 60 meters. From Q it will be 60 meters. See, 540 means what? 5 complete rounds and the 6th round 40. 6th round 40 meters. So this is the first round. You end up at the other point. Second round you end up at the start. Third point you end up at the other round, other side. Fourth. So you can just draw the lines. So how much distance from Q? 40 meters. 60 meters, sorry, 60 meters. Clear? Next, number F. Number F. The ratio of distances covered till the third meeting. Ratio of distances. So obviously, it doesn't matter whether you're meeting for the 100th time or whether you're meeting for the first time. Ratio of distances. Ratio. The ratio is nothing but always be proportional to the speeds. Right? What is the ratio of distances covered? Ratio of distances covered by A and B will always be equal to the ratio of their speeds. Ratio of their speeds. So ratio of their speeds is 20 by 30. Ratio of distances covered will always be in the ratio of 2. Doesn't matter whether it is the first meeting or the 100th meeting or the infinite meeting. The ratio of distances will always be equal to the ratio of speeds, which is 2 by 3. Got it? Any doubt in this? This is a very brilliant question. If you are able to revise this, understand this, solve it once again all by yourself, I'm sure you'll be able to solve any to and fro motion question in your CAT. Correct? Okay. A few quick announcements now. Okay. As I mentioned some time back, new batches are starting for CAT 2022. If you are a CAT 2022 batch, a new batch starts tomorrow, the 27th of October. Make sure you join me live. I'm taking LRDI in this batch. Make sure you join me live. We are starting from the very basics. It's going to be a beginner's course, but a comprehensive one. Remember to enroll on Plus using the code Parikshit Live for maximum discounts. And also, if you wish to get free mentorship on Plus from my side, use the code Parikshit Live for your enrollment. And yeah, this is the 6-month subscription price. So on the top of this, 16,400 is the price. If you need further discounts, use my code Parikshit Live for more discounts. And again, as I mentioned, free mentorship from my side is available only and only on this code Parikshit Live. Iconic subscription is also available for those of you who are interested. And yes, a bumper iconic offer running at this point of time. With all the benefits that you see on your screen, additional discounts are possible using code Parikshit Live. And yes, on Unacademy, we also offer mock test, free full-length mock exams. We have in-depth analysis of these mocks by experts, and you get a comprehensive and accurate analysis of your performance. Do enroll and make use of the code Parikshit Live to enroll it for absolutely free. And yes, anytime you have doubts, make use of the Ask a Doubt feature on Unacademy. That is it for today. I hope you enjoyed the class and I bet you benefited from it. Keep learning and I hope you keep yourself safe. Remember, CAT is few days away. Give your best and leave the rest to the Almighty, right? I'm sure you will do well. Thank you and have a great time ahead. Bye for now.